Hey everybody, Sean Clement here, Richmond Hill Golf Learning Center for Golf Lifeguards. And this episode we're looking at arm motion, and we're going to really clarify a lot of these issues for you. You'll realize how amazing we are at adapting to different tools, okay? So first thing I want to talk to you about is how your articulations in the arms function. There's two areas where you're going to have some nice rotation. So you have the head of the humerus, where you have a nice rotation. And then when you bend the arm, you'll notice, come on Scully, there we go. When you bend the arm, the radius in the ulna down here. Now, ulna is under, so when you perform a karate chop, your ulna is the bone underneath. And the radius is the one on top. So you notice the radius has a rotational aspect of it, and the ulna is where it's basically the joint bending up and down. So notice how my hand, when I'm performing this task right here, it's the radius that is turning over the ulna, basically, okay? So if you make a fist palm up and you extend it palm up, you'll feel the tension increase in the arm. And when you go palm down, you'll notice that everything releases, the head of the humerus, and you'll have a little bit of the release in the radius, okay? So this, in full extension, you notice a lot of athletes, a lot of Olympians, when you watch them on TV, and they're either throwing stuff, baseball pitchers, football players, tennis players, you'll see this beautiful extension. As it extends, it rotates inward, pronates. And as it folds, it rotates upwards, supinates, okay? External rotation versus internal rotation. So this is a very natural aspect of the arm that you don't want to go against. So when you extend palm up, you'll feel a tension build. You go palm down, the tension leaves. If you make a fist and you fold palm down, you'll feel that there'll be some tension in the lower arm. When you go palm up, the tension dissipates, okay? So the arm is, your brain is seeking the path of least resistance. So let's listen to it. Let's look at what that's going to look like in the golf swing, okay? Okay, so after you've taken your grip, obviously I've got a lot of nice videos on grip. The latest one from Golf Lifeguards will do the trick quite nicely. And so you've got the grip that you enjoy, the grip that allows both hands to stay on the club. And because if the hands don't stay properly on the club, I see so often in my students, as they get to the top of the backswing, the hands start to pry apart, or they let go of the club. And a lot of misconceptions when it comes to that, because, they say, well, hold it like a bird, or hold it very lightly like a tube of toothpaste upside down with the cap off. Please don't pay attention to that, because it's a perception based on an assumption. And so if we look at this as an extra bone that we're connecting to the rest of the bones of the body, when we were talking about the radius and the ulna to the humerus, how do you think that's connected? Ligaments, tendons, muscles. It's a beautiful, unified, complete unit. So same thing. These are your portable ligaments that wrap around this bone. So once it's wrapped, it's secure. So if you perform your acid test, we call this the perpetual motion drill. So as I go back, watch what happens. I start swinging back. Notice my arms are still in the same physical makeup as they started at address. So I want to feel the weight of my arm club unit hanging from my shoulders. If my grip is intact, you'll feel how because my right hand is lower than my left hand on the club, my right shoulder is going to need to be a little lower than my left shoulder for both arms to be extended. Now, as I extend both arms, notice when the arms hang alongside the body, this is a natural hang of the arms. They don't hang this way, and they don't hang this way. This is where they hang from. So you notice how my elbows are facing inward. See that? So I want both elbows to be facing up, not toward the sky. That would create a lot of tension in my shoulders. I feel like my deltoid muscles are contracting big time. And if I do this, same thing. So it feels like the humerus, the head of the humerus, isn't plugged in centered. It's not plugged in properly. There it is. So now when I take my grip and I let both arms hang from my shoulders, this is how they hang, not this way and not this way. Here. So now it feels like both arms can swing freely from the shoulder sockets. So you'll notice that as you begin to swing, so there's the beginning of it. Notice how both arms stay fully extended as the body gets out of the way. Edward did a fantastic job last time. You remember? Let the arm fall, don't let it hit you. Let the arm fall, don't let it hit you. So notice how my body glides out of the way. Well, same thing here. Immediately, don't let the arms hit you. Here we go. And at one point, right about here, the right arm, my trail arm, is going to feel the need to fold. So I'm going to allow it to fold. So notice as it folds down, and it gets into a position of support. So as it folds down, there is an outward rotation of the right hand and an inward rotation of the left hand. So you'll notice that as the left arm rotates inward, it wants to extend. You must allow it to extend, okay? That's how the anatomy is meant to go, okay? So the left arm extends and the right arm folds. So you notice as I get to about here, as the arms fold, then there's this beautiful hinge on these anatomical snuff boxes. This is where your wrists need to hinge. So if I'm going fishing, it hinges, it unhinges. So I'm fishing that way, I'm not fishing that way. If I'm playing tennis, it hinges, unhinges. So, same thing. Fold, let it hinge. Left arm stays extended, right arm is folded. Notice how the right arm is a beautiful position to support the weight of my club up here. So, away, don't let it hit me. Let it fold, let it hinge. Now, when I allow my arms to swing freely without letting them hit me, so let's do the no hit me on the other side. My right arm, as it falls, I don't want it to fall into my body, so my body begins to turn out of the way. Out of the way. Don't let it hit me. Don't let it hit me. So now you'll feel as the arms fall, the arm unit falls first. Notice how I'm still in that hinged position. It's not your job to deploy the club head. It's gravity's job. So as the arms reach about that point, gravity will rip the club head down and through, and you'll feel a snap. That's where the club head passes your hands, and we're allowing this to happen. Notice now how my left arm folds out of the way and has an outward rotation, palm up, and my right arm is allowed to release through, palm down. There's that nice pronation. And then the club head rehinges on my wrists. So let it fall, fall, snap, hinge, 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 fall, snap, hinge. Notice the oily motion and the rhythmic motion between my arm swing and my body turn. So gravity is there to assist you in a big way. You got to give the control away to gravity. So you secure the grip, you feel the weight of your arms and club, you move the arms away from the target. So notice how I'm allowing my arms to swing back. I don't let the left arm hit me going back. Fold, hinge. Then I let the arms fall past my body on the other side. Don't let it hit me, don't let it hit me, don't let it hit me. See how everything is out of the way? And then gravity releases my right hand over the left hand. So if you remember the slash of the sword. So if I had a sword in my hands, it's a great drill for you. Take the sword, don't hold it at the club head, and don't hold it at, too high on the shaft. Hold it right at the bottom. Feel the weight of it. Imagine there's a bamboo shoot sticking out in front of the ground here, and I'm going to cut through that bamboo shoot. So notice you'll feel the weight of the sword release you. It's your anatomy listening to gravity. It's not your job to use all this muscle power to try and, manipulate this club into oblivion, okay? The more you fight gravity, the more you will struggle, okay? And that's, I'm being polite when I say that, right? So allow it to release you. Don't let it hit you. Let it release. Let it release. So you're going to feel this beautiful snap. As the instrument releases you, you'll feel this nice snap well beyond the ball this way. And then on the other side, snap. Notice how it rehinges on the other side. Snap, hinge, snap, hinge. Snap, let it hinge, snap, let it hinge. So we're allowing this to transpire. So you want to feel that nice release in both directions. Same thing here. So now you begin to cut grass with that particular unit. So you allow the club to let it cut, let it cut, let it cut, let it cut, let it cut. So I can go on and on all day, and I'm developing this amazing speed. You won't believe how far you're going to hit the ball with such little effort when that arm club unit is functioning in an oily, abandoned manner, right? All we need to do is, and then we'll do it from this side. So I'm moving my arm club unit away from the target. Fold and hinge. Fall, 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 fall. See how gravity now will release the club, and this is where I feel the weight of the club release my right hand over my left hand out here. So we're actually collecting the ball there, releasing the ball there. It's just like in hockey. So observe the arm motions of a lot of different sports. You watch, if you play baseball, you're waiting for the pitch. You want to hit the ball high, fly ball, center field. You'll notice, you'll feel a snap out here. You're actually hitting the ball there. So in baseball, you collect the ball here, the ball comes off the bat there, and then there's that beautiful release of that anatomy. Okay? So practice. You don't need to go to the driving range for that. Just cut some dandelions or some grass in your backyard and really feel how you're allowing the arm unit to place itself. Beware of don't let the club go and don't let the arms collapse against you. If you feel that your arms are bunching up against you, it means your body's not turning out of the way. So we need to open up that big turn. See how my whole backside's facing the target? My left arm is free to swing. Don't let the right arm hit me. My right arm is free to swing. So when you let the arm swing in that manner, then the arms can fold and stay extended going back with the left, and stay extended with the right coming through. Enjoy that.